The old horseshoe on the banks of the Tangent. It has seen many a high-stakes clash, and another one coming up from Columbus in this one. The Oregon Ducks come in to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes, and over the last several years, whenever these two teams have gotten together, high-stakes, playoff game, conference championship implications, all on the line. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to Holly Rowe.
Guys, this is one of the most exciting top 25 matchups of the season. Honestly, Oregon versus Ohio State might be two of the most talented rosters in all of college football. College football playoff implications on the line. This one should be massive when Oregon takes on Ohio State. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. So Ohio State's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running inside, it's Hill. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying it, because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Zings it complete to the right. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Throwing Moore. Makes the grab. It's Stewart. And they pick up just a few on that completion. One thing you can figure out from these tests early in the season, particularly a top 5 matchup like this, is where you are and just how far you have to go.
Yeah, and which is a talking point amongst your team. It's a prove-it game. Like, let's see where we stack up so we can start building throughout the rest of the season.
You're right, David. It's fun to find out this early in the year between two top 5 teams. Just who are these guys? What do they do well? What do they not do well? How mentally and physically tough are they? Because that's going to answer a lot of questions as the season goes on. Well, one of the reasons why it's hard to run against this defense is because of that guy right there. He's one of the best D tackles in the game, and he's got tremendous explosiveness, quicks. He's strong at the point of attack. He can shed blocks, and he completely ate that last run up.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
More play action. He wants to take the top off. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Picked up about 6. They're looking at 3rd and 4.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Eighth play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. The run inside. It's Hill. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
They got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Some room here. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
Running inside, it's Jackson. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Six-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Saying, pocket breaking down, fires to the tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
And that receiver had nobody around. That has got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He wants to change this route. It's in, back to the air. Throws to the tight end. Working the middle. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. First play of the period, 1st down here. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. The Buckeyes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. The run inside. It's Jackson. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's got it again. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Buckeye! You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, down 7-0. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Always a rare treat to get number 1 versus number 2, particularly this early in the season, guys.
Yeah, just an early test, right? Understand exactly where you are, obviously with big ramifications down the road. But, Jesse, how about knowing where you are to start the season?
You're absolutely right. This is a game that's going to set the tone for both of these teams and also for the entire college football season.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll give it to the back. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like what you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committed, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Moore. Gonna let it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the risk.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Fires to the right. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
Really nice timing on that play. Receiver working against zone coverage on the perimeter. He's able to settle down, fight back to the football, and pick up the first.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Dante Moore. They've got the screen set up. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
The Ducks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Throws to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Well, the offense is trying to complete that in route against zone coverage, but you saw everyone on defense there watching the QB's eyes, and it led him right to the throw so they could knock it away.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And so far early in this game, and you've got to be impressed with this defense and the physicality, and it's stopping the run. You can tell it's a priority for this defense. They're up there. They're close to the line of scrimmage. The ground game right now not going, and the defense is dialed in on it.
Fires to the wideout. And he dropped it. Incomplete pass in what would have been a huge gain. No defender anywhere around, and he just flat dropped it.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll try the left side. Turning it on. Smashes through the tackle. The 50. He's inside the 40. At the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
What a big-time run. He's still running. Over 90 yards. That's one of those when you're running to the end zone, you're looking behind you, you're looking on the Jumbotron to see if anybody's going to catch it, and nobody's going to catch him on that huge touchdown run.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking for room, it's Davison. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early, right here in week 1, and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Now here's more. Extending the play. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. He's got it. Slips through the line. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Takes the easy completion. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Sayin. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
The Buckeyes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
And he's going to bring this one out. Makes a move. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
And he made the extra point without problem. He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Throwing, say it. Here's the pressure. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, fellas. Here inside our EA Sports Studios, welcome into the Week 0 College Football Update Show. We start with the Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on the Kansas State Wildcats. And it's Oklahoma State with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor.
He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback.
Pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Starting this third quarter on the ground. This time, they stop him in the backfield, and that has been a rare sight in this game tonight.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense, and that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Here's Sayin to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That's a really nice throw. You think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University, with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you. This is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has this skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go, and he's playing at a high level.
Scanning the field, it's saying he's going to let it go. He's got it inside the 15. He'll go out of bounds at the 10-yard line, and they are in business in striking distance.
Man, I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more you start to bring big bodies on the field, right? The field shrinks. I'm worried about you running the football, particularly up the middle. But how about the offense? Does a nice job tossing the ball on the perimeter, going out there, getting some positive yards, trying to get 7. I ain't settling for the field goal.
Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Fires to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Man, and you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Into the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Oh, that stings, man. You did a great job calling the play. You got your guy open. Everything was executed perfectly. And the ball hits him in the hands, and he just can't bring it in. Man, those are tough ones. Those are tough to swallow.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Nothing but punts as a result of the first 3 offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. They think they can create space here with the run to the right.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. sending out the offense to start this drive. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another...
And he is sacked, and the quarterback's going to be kicking himself for staying in the pocket a little too long on that one.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. Say it. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab on the left. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What a play by this defense. You got the offense backed up. You stay aggressive, break on the football, make a big play, and your offense is jacked up inside the 5-yard line with a chance to punch this in and get some points on the board.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! They take the lead with the 6. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Finds his big tight end. He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the 2-point try is no good. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success, but on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Say it. He rifles one deep to the left. It's caught. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Well, really nice catch there getting the 1st down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on 1st-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the 1st round.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Into the 3rd quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. Might be changing the route.
Booster, ready, go!
Here's Julian saying to throw. Here comes the heat. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
Ooh, and they almost had another one, and this defense is dialed in, man. The interception on the last possession, almost another one there. They've got a really good read on this passing game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Again, it's Sayin. He put some heat on that one down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
This drive will start at the 6-yard line. Here's Moore to throw. He's looking deep. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive, attack, come downhill, go get the running back, get him on the ground.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Oh, they're after him. Blasted as he lets it go.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. He'll take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
He splits the uprights. That brings him to within 1.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He stopped right there. Oh, he might have been a step away from taking that one a long way. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. They'll try the right side. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Throwing more. Oh, it goes right through his hands. They had everything set up on the screen except the catch. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. In the gun on third down. Moore unloads to the wideout. Working on the right. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the third quarter. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Moore flips it out to the back. Inside the 30. Snags it and he's open. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Ducks will hustle to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Dante Moore. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense. They'll have a first down here, a week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. Trying to barge in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. A 67-yard touchdown drive there, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Throws to the wideout. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Ducks! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
Coming out with it, it's Rodgers. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. Got his man. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Throw it, say it. Dances away. On the run, deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to throw it, Sayin. Here's a heat. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
And almost another interception for this defense. They've been picking him off like crazy. They've shut down this passing attack, creating so many big plays. This defense is dialed in, locked in, and really creating havoc for this offense.
And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. And the returner goes down.
Whew, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Here's Sayin to throw. Lets it fly on the move. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And I love that play call. I love when you're backed up in your own territory, forcing them to defend the whole field. But here's the problem. When you go aggressive twice in a row and you throw 2 incompletions, now 3rd and long, out of your own end zone, like this is just don't make that big mistake.
The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled at the end zone for a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
And the Oregon offense will take over 1st and 10.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. So they get the ball back after that turnover, and that might well have been the final nail in the coffin for this one. Going for the big play. He's got it down the left side. Sprinting away. Touchdown, Ducks! Rolled his way into the end zone.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game. On to attempt the try.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Fielded in the end zone. It's Rodgers. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position, they located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Right down the middle. A strike downfield. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's nice to have that much time back in the pocket because he has to wait for a little while for this play to develop. His tight end comes all the way across the formation, then towards the outside. He sees him, he sees the coverage, delivers a nice strike, and that's a good connection between QB and tight end.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative, and that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Tavian St. Clair. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. After their defense slammed the door shut, now the finishing touches can be put on this one. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Here's more to throw. Under fire. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Stepping to the right. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Punt is in the air. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Firing to the right, complete. I like this, taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
And I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's where quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of space, take advantage of it, get it to my running back, let him chew that up, and now it's easier on the next down.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Throwing St. Clair. Quarterback adapting. Took a shot as he threw. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. To the air, it's St. Clair. They're setting up the screen. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Well, after allowing a touchdown on the last drive, this offense has to be able to answer. And getting that 3rd down here on the 3rd play of this drive is a good step toward doing that. Nice job by the QB, good rhythm. This offense now has got it going. They need to pay this thing off, but that was a big one.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground.
Makes the grab in their space.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Got his man on the right. He stopped almost immediately. Didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the 1st down. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Running inside, it's Rodgers. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
He might want another play. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Fires to the middle. And this is dropped and incomplete, and that's sort of a microcosm of how this game has gone and time has run out. I'm not sure anyone saw that coming. Not that this team couldn't lose, but the way they lost. And I think they've got some soul-searching to do now, guys.
I think they've got some soul-searching. I think a lot of fans, including myself, I don't know about you, David, scratching my head a little bit because normally I would tell you, well, the number one team loses, they're still in the college football playoff hunt, but after that loss, I'm questioning whether they can even win their own conference. They got smacked around today.
Yeah, and I think that's what matters. Like in the committee's eyes, we always see like a convincing loss like this, a beatdown. Like this is not a good thing on your resume. A lot of time it ends up being an anchor that will keep you out of that spot. Still a good team. Still a lot of time to do some great things in front of them. Today was a disappointing day.
That's going to do it for us as the season